As we say goodbye to the summer months and the long hot days, we say hello to the autumn. The beautiful colours and the crisp mornings are a pleasure to experience here. We are so lucky to be surrounded by so much beauty. With the days drawing in, we're packing down for the winter and working with the seasons to start on our jobs inside the chateau. Come on, little boy. Yeah, you're my good boy. Good boy.
Hello family, what are we up to then?
Hello, we're really excited because we are in our projects room, which is going to be cleared out, isn't it, Philly? Finally.
It is finally.
Yay, we're excited. Yay.
Okay.
No.
I'm not going to get in this way. I'll be there in a sec.
Yes, please come round to help us. This room has been filled for absolutely years. It was empty once upon a time, I promise. And then we started purchasing more cool things, finding treasures, and then we needed space. And we kind of ended up putting everything through here.
Yeah, it was so empty. We used to use this as our winter living room. And there's even an episode of the TV show where we actually hosted a little dinner in here for some guys that were having an event, believe it or not. Ever since then, it's, as Angelina says, has become the room to place a new project. And we have bought quite a few projects over the years when an absolute bargain has come up. And I think that's something important about France. If you see it and you want it, buy it.
You have to get it.
It won't be there in the future.
Do not hesitate. But anyways, believe it or not, it was a really nice sitting area room and it was really lovely and cozy. Now, the reason that we're trying to empty and do all of that and show you guys our progress is not because obviously we'd like to reclaim it back, but also it's got amazing history in it and we'd like to sort of enhance it and show it and improve it and renovate it basically.
Yeah, we want the room back. Yes. And we want to rediscover the projects which we've completely forgotten about in here, waiting to be saved or given a new lease of life. But this room is a really cool room because it's actually the original kitchen to the chateau. So it's the only room in the chateau that's got a stone floor, and that's what we really need to get to. We need to start from the ground up and get this room looking fantastic again.
And as you've seen, we guys in summertime we work outside because obviously that's the events business and obviously nature waits for no one. And wintertime it's colder and we tend to work indoors. And this year obviously we're gonna get on with smaller projects like furniture you've seen me do, but this room really needs our help, and so we're working actually on the chateau itself, the room. So really excited.
Yes, so first stop,
we need to clear
Let's just get all this stuff out. So
get a blank canvas and then we'll show you exactly how amazing and all the secrets that this room holds. All right.
Right, we'll cut to that.
Yeah. This is a beautiful, what is it called? Voltaire chair. Look at that. I love it. But anyways, that's another project. Let's get this out. It's nice to discover old things. This is another piece that we bought. I love this treasure. This is a nest of tables. There's 3 of them. And this is nice leather internal. I've never done anything with it. I've not had time. But future. Come on. Come on, baby. And these are other awesome projects that we have. Now, this one was purchased for a bargain price, needs a lot of love, upholstery, painting, whatever. Never had the time to do this one. And come and have a look at this next one. This is my treasure project. This is obviously a Chesterfield. And this, believe it or not, used to be green color, green leather, and I've painted with special paint, cream. And I've never used it. I'm hoping to though. All right, come on, let's get this out. Let's get this out. This is another one of my prized possessions. This lovely coffee table. Look at the detail on that. It's so beautiful. Again, never had the chance to do anything with it, but I sure can't wait to do something with it.
Show me the detail.
Look at that. I love it. It's like a flower, isn't it, I think?
I think we're turning the library into a charity shop, like a French.
Yeah, or brocante, or
brocante.
like we're moving from one to another. But anyways, there is an end goal, so that's the main thing.
Cool.
Right, where do I put this?
The other room.
This is another awesome project. Well, not really. The only project part is it needs to go out. This is like really beautiful chateau scene in this, and a huge frame. Look at it, it's massive, and gold as well. It's beautiful, isn't it?
I do. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it up.
Yeah.
Look at this sofa. So this needs re-upholstery and turning the 3 cushions into 1. And we've actually got another one matching stored elsewhere. So I'm not sure where they're going to go. We have rather a lot of projects. And believe it or not, given the size of the house, not enough places to put it all.
This is another treasure that I picked up, and I was halfway into doing it, and then obviously I didn't have time, I had to switch. But this is a telephone table, and it's very ornate, and it's got lots of potential. I love how it's got this classic elegant chaise type shape on it, and the beautiful carving detail on the top as well is a bit priceless nowadays. This is a beautiful, what is it really, like medieval style kind of chandelier that could look so nice of a long dining table, but I didn't realise how small it was, so anyways, that will go up for sale because it's a bit too small for a chateau.
It's kind of, yeah, it's medievally lighting. It's like a plank with a, you can expect that round a...
It's so cool though. It's really medieval.
Do you know what? It would, if it was bigger, it would suit a castle with candles in above the massive main hall table. But
yeah, proper old castle.
Unfortunately, I think it's more like a cottage.
Yeah, definitely is. All right, off it goes on the side here.
Do you reckon we'll be rich with all this stuff we're going to sell?
Yes, we'll be load of millionaires.
What do you think, Lightning? Really?
Yeah. What else?
Will there be lots of dog food? As the light fades, we carry on working through the evening to get the room cleared. Thankfully, we've got the nice warm fire for comfort.
It's now the next day, and look at the size of this room that we managed to clear. We worked well into the night, and today we'll tell you the story of this room.
This is actually the original kitchen to the chateau. So it's the only room in the chateau with a stone floor as opposed to the hung wooden and polished wooden floors. So it is a bit special, And obviously, what's really cool about it is we've got this huge fireplace. It's the only one like this in the chateau because it would have had the original range.
And look at the size of it. I'm like 5'4" and it's enormous. Can you just imagine that this being a kitchen back in the days would have had probably a huge table ranging all the way from there to here, about probably 4 or 5 meters long, with all the chefs chopping away busily, servers going in and out the 2 doors trying to feed the rest of the household. How busy this kitchen used to be. I mean, in comparison to now, we have 2 small kitchens on either side of the chateau. None of them are serving the chateau well, but it's enough for the 2 of us.
I struggle to think how this room would have been laid out as a kitchen. Because you sort of go to a historical building like this that's laid out, and you see the original kitchens downstairs, and they show exactly how they're laid out. But I can't see it because for us it's always just been. At one point it was a living room, and we had a table, storage. It's never been a kitchen, so I find it impossible to see. And I guess, unfortunately, it's not going to be a kitchen again right now. It's going to be something else. But hey,
for the time being, one day we definitely need a bigger kitchen. But budgets and the economy and the current crisis and the need as well, we're okay as we are for the time being. So we're prioritizing. Let us tell you something else that's interesting about this room.
As it was the kitchen, one of the quite amusing things about this is actually the entire floor, not only the stone, it's all sloped and angled towards a drain in the corner. So when they were cleaning everything up and mopping and sweeping, they could do it all quite easily down to a drain to get rid of it. I was actually very confused and thought that the house, either my brain was gone or maybe the house was sinking on one side when I first noticed it, because it's very subtle. I'm going to do my absolute best to show you this. So the drain's right down there. Let's just sit, can you not? So we're not going to, no, come on, can I have this? What do they say about never work with children and animals on television?
It doesn't work.
Can I have the ball, please? Can I have the ball? I'm trying to demonstrate something. Do you know what? They don't have this problem on normal TV.
We need a stunt dog. Stunt dog.
Cut.
Oh, look at that happiness.
Come on, let's try this again. Can I have the ball, please? Can I have the ball, please?
No. That was very good catch. Oh.
Yeah!
It's amazing how such little simple things make dogs so happy. Right, okay. He thinks it's definitely a game time.
Yeah, right, okay. I think you get the idea. Okay, well, someone's happy, but you get the idea. I tried. It's really quite hard to show the slant of the floor here because, well, it's difficult to get that on camera, but it is there and it's quite noticeable. So Phil's gone to get spirit level just to see, out of curiosity, what that slant is like, because we've never done that or checked it out, but we have obviously noticed that there is definitely a slant heading out to a hole that's located just there. As I can't use the tennis ball because of lightning, I'll show you the spirit level.
Look at that bubble, way to the side. And there is the hole that it's heading out into. In there, just full of spiders at the moment, haven't been used for ages, but yeah. And then that goes out into the moat. Hi duckies, oh look at them. He's so tall. Good boy. Yummy duckies. So now we've explained the floor, what this room is like, and the interesting history of it all. We'll talk more about the fireplace and what we want to do basically in this room. So starting with the fireplace, a lot of the, what is this, smoke, would you call it? Soot.
Yeah.
Has gone up and darkened the bricks here and the granite here. I mean everything. The floor is granite, the fireplace is granite, the house is obviously made out of granite, everything is granite. Anyway, so we want to brighten this up because how many years has this darkened and gone dirty? So Phil's got an attachment which he purchased, which he will be using. Yes?
It looks a bit like a toilet brush that goes on a drill, to be honest. But hopefully it'll be harsh enough to clean this and soft enough to not do any damage against the stone.
Yeah, we hope anyways, because granite is a natural stone and it's very, very sensitive. So we can't use any harsh chemicals because it will ruin it. So we have to be gentle and fingers crossed it'll come off.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's sensitive to chemicals. It's a very hard stone, so the chateau and this isn't going to wash away anytime soon. It's chemicals. Just have to clarify if anyone thinks we live in a clay house.
Yes.
I'm going to do a few things because this is actually one of the things in this room that's bothered me the most for a long time. These metal surrounds where at the edges of the bricks, these are all oxidised over the years, so these need a coat, these need scrubbing back, and then stove paint to match the stove.
So it's high heat, isn't it?
It's high heat stove paint, yeah. We're going to try to clean these bricks up because unlike when you have an open fire or the original range, there is very little in the way of soot and smoke that comes out of these. So hopefully this won't come back in the same way. To be 100% honest though, I don't know how much of this is going to come off. That's, we'll see.
Anyways, look, it's better to try.
Exactly. We obviously the stone, and generally one of the really annoying things, and I'll show you a close-up, is where this has been repointed along here. They've gone way past the edges, so it's a very untidy line, and I really want to try to get that back and neaten this all up if we're going to get through the rest of this. Right, so this is a north-facing room. It is quite dark and it never gets huge amounts of the sun.
Even though we have 3 windows here, huge windows, it is still quite dark.
It would have only had 2 once upon a time, but that's something we'll show you in a minute. Because of that and the fact that it's really been used for storage and various other things for years, it's a little bit damp, this room, which is why we're blaring the fire to dry it out, air it out, and of course it's more comfortable for us while we're doing these jobs. Oh,
we also actually once we fixed and spotted there was a leak from one of the what is it called, like a rain drainage hole.
There was a gutter was leaking behind a section where you couldn't see it, the galvanised fascia, and it was coming up and behind some tiles, and it wasn't possible to see.
It was just making the wall wet, which is north facing, so it never gets sun. So anyways, we stopped that, so that's good. So we're just trying to help as much as possible for this room and give it a really good kickstart, and obviously the wood burner does the job really well.
Yeah. The next job after the fireplace.
You'll be in charge of the fireplace.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be in charge of the fabric on the walls, and this, you've seen us have fabric in various rooms here at the chateau, which is a great insulator and actually hides many sins, and this room is the worst hiding sin ever, because if I touch it I can't feel any plaster. In fact, I can feel crumbling plaster, which I often see on the floor, and above I can see like solid plaster. So it has crumbled away over the years, and this was a quick solution by somebody before us, which is really lovely. But obviously the fabric here, due to the burning over the years, has collected all the dust and all the smoke, the soot is all on top, visible very, very well all throughout the room. So what I want to do is test and see how I can lighten this and clean this off to brighten this room. Now here's another wall, and you see this line, actually 2 lines. It's actually a wet patch, because behind this is actually a chimney breast, which is on the other side, and that was leaking for years and years and years before us, and obviously it's not all fixed and sealed, but this is the result of it. It's staining on the fabric, so I'm hoping whatever I do is gonna clear this up as well. This is probably one of the best walls to demonstrate the dirt and staining that the walls around here have.
All through the chateau, on the ground and the first floor, which is a rarity, we have these huge windows and these height ceilings. It's the same ground and first. So you can see all the way these huge windows downstairs and on the first floor. They don't look that big from this far away. This window here is one of the ones of the room that we're clearing out now. Let's get a closer look. It needs a bit of work on the shutters. They're not small. See, this window and that window, and there's the back garden. They're the two windows of the room we're sorting out at the moment, and there's the bridge into the kitchen. As we say, this is the unloved side of the house, north facing. Oh, you eating it all? You eating it all? Are you just scared of the cat? They're really quite big windows, and that's why the shutters are in such bad condition. They're really difficult to lift in. Hello. Look, it's little Lightning and Angelina. Hello, you two.
Hello. You seem to have a whole flock of animals following you.
I know, cat, peacock, the ducks. Shall we sort that room out then? Hello, Lightning.
Hi, see you soon.
They're enormous, which poses their own problems, and they were all replaced a few years before we got here at about 104,000 euros. So thankfully we didn't have to do that. That's a nice saving for us. But this window wasn't always here, and something that Angelina found is quite interesting, which shows what it used to be.
So you guys know I like to hunt around for a bit of history, like postcards you see me frame. Now I found something that is super rare here for the chateau. It's written Chateau du Bailleul, and it's a, what is it, like a brochure leaflet?
It's the brochure from when this was a hotel in the 50s, I think.
Yeah, and it's a simple brochure, and what it says is that it used to have a bar, restaurant, a billiard table room, you know, pool table, and a discotheque, which is quite interesting to show us what the history of this place used to be. But one picture, more interestingly enough, and we never see any pictures of the chateau interior ever. So this is a rarity that we found. It is black and white, but it's interesting to see what this room used to be like.
Yeah, this room was actually, when it was the hotel and restaurant, the dining room for the guests. And we've got a photo here which shows it laid out.
With the table, you can just imagine it would have been also the size of the chef's table back in the days.
Yeah, or maybe. But more importantly, what this shows is this window at almost just a half height. So it was just a small one in here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to have been high. And then the rest of it has been knocked out and put in when the big windows were put in. Oh, there's little Lightning. And that's actually a false window. Because one of the architectural features of this place is it's got many false windows, but it has the lintels and everything in place, so you can quite easily put the windows in. It wouldn't have been a huge job to go up. And it's a really, really interesting picture.
Yeah, and it looks like it hasn't changed. You know, obviously it used to be a hotel, so this is what it used to offer, and it's a real treasure. And this is our bedroom now.
You forgot to tell them all something. What was it?
Yeah, which is incredible actually. So this postcard not only shows me some internal pictures of what the place used to be like or how it hasn't changed in a way, but I notice in this corner it says telephone 63 Goron, and we're village of Goron, and what this tells me, which is incredible, you know when telephones first came out, you had to tell the location and then the number of who you're trying to reach. And we used to be number 63 in Goron. That's incredible. And telephones went out everywhere at the time. This is just brilliant.
Operator, 63 Goron, please.
Yes. So the floor is obviously granite, but it's also very uneven. It's not like a polished concierge type of floor that you see in like luxury resorts or hotels. So it's an old working, obviously, floor kitchen. And over the years, there's like grime and dirt and moisture and just bacteria multiplied and darkened it. And what I want to do is try and revive it, because actually it's not meant to be this dark grey colour. It's meant to be a really light grey, like the way you envisage granite should be, and with a few sparkles in between. And I think that would really transform and make this whole room brighter and more beautiful, and that's what I want to do. So for this huge project, what I got, because I knew it wasn't an easy task, I got a huge scrubbing commercial machine, specially made for floors, and that's the way I plan to revive this floor.
I'm looking forward to using that. You know when you were at school and you stayed a bit late because you got detention?
Yeah.
And as you were leaving, the guys that went and polished all the floors for the next day
Yeah,
were
the
going...
janitors, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll be the janitor. Today, Matthew, I'll be the janitor this evening. So yeah, I'm hopeful. And I did do a test patch. Let's show where lighting is currently. There is a lighter area. So here, I used a little test area with a small light machine manually. And you can see this is the darker area and this is the lighter patch where lighting is. And you can see that there is potential. You can revive this floor. So I'm very, very hopeful.
So that's that grey stuff where lightning is that's the colour we're hoping to get the entire floor.
Yeah, that's the clean stuff, and that's the filthy, dirty years of grime.
Well, if I'm 100% honest, that's going to be a big job. Well, do you know what? You can see the square here where there was obviously a rug, and then look at this. So this is dirt and just, grime. That'd be really good to see that.
Yeah. And obviously there is a few items here left, mainly like the running machine, which is so heavy. It's probably like a ton. We struggled, both of us, getting it through here. So we're not going to be moving this out until last minute when we're doing the floor. Yeah, because it's very, very heavy. So it's stationary, as if it was a statue.
Cool. And then I've obviously, there's a couple of tapestries, and there's one of the chateau that I got you for an anniversary present, didn't I?
Oh yeah, that'll go so beautifully here on the wall. And actually, obviously, we need to remove this because this isn't the style we want. And and another extra thing that Phil has to fix is the curtain pole.
Yeah, I've got to tidy all this up. I thought that was a ghost. I just heard like crashing.
I'm not sure what happened. I don't really want to touch it, but it's very long, so maybe it's the weight, but something tells me it was just poor adjustment and done very many years ago. So like many things, you need to look after.
The ducks, all I could see behind you was the ducks walking across to go and get some food.
They're hungry. Oh, they're eating Clyde's food now. Oh well, you snooze, you lose.
Snooze lose. Right.
So yeah, we've got plenty to do here. And a big task, but at least when Phil goes away, I can manage on my own some parts. But before that, I couldn't do it because I just simply couldn't get everything out. And lightning will be my moral support, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was going to say that's right, because you've got to be able to get on with stuff while I'm gone, so I've got to head back to the UK again.
Yeah, as much as possible.
Right, ducks are on the bridge. They are clearly hungry. Oh no, they've run away. They've
ate it all.
Oh, there they are. Yeah, never mind. Right, let's take their... I think they're right. It's time for some food. What do you think?
Yes, please.
Right. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, we just wanted to say thank you to all of you out there, because your likes, beautiful comments, shares, and of course, when you subscribe and hit the bell button are a great help for us to know that we're doing something right because you enjoy it. Of course, also, those you guys that do watch adverts, it really does help us, so thank you again. As always, massive thank you to our patrons and everyone that bought us a coffee. It really helps to keep the channel going and some of the equipment and bits and pieces to continue making these videos for you guys. So a really big thank you. If you want to take a look at our Patreon page, have a look at the behind the scenes access and the discounts we offer, and look at our little Chateau community, the link is in the description below. And the same as if you're interested in looking at our Buy Me a Coffee page. And of course, there is absolutely no requirement for you to do so, just if you want. The link is also down there. So what can I say? I'm off to the UK, so Angelina will be getting on with this lot. So if you can continue to leave those nice comments for her to make sure she's doing something right, and I'll know that she's been looked out after by all you guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.